In terms of the number of people missing, we don't want to give a number yet because we are still in the process of locating people, again, many of whom may just be in other places in the city going about their normal business. So we'll have more information in the coming hours. We don't want to misproject a number. We do know that there's a certain number of people we're trying to locate, and when we get a better read on that, the people who have been located versus the people that truly are still unaccounted for, we'll be able to say more. On the air quality, hold on, on the air quality.
In the immediate vicinity of the building where there is smoke, there are particulates in the smoke for sure, but in the surrounding area, in the open air with the wind and all, people will be okay. It's just in the immediate area of the building, which we're not allowing anybody near where there's smoke. Yeah, the air quality is not good in that immediate area.
Are there any foreigners among the wounded?
Okay, hold on, one at a time. You hang here one second. Over here first. Go ahead on that.
Sure. There was a gas leak that was called into Con Ed at 9:13 for an adjoining building, not for the address of the two buildings that was exploded and collapsed. It was, I think it was 1652 Park. Okay, and they were in the process of responding, but hadn't got there. And then a call came into 911 at 9:31, and we had our first unit on the scene at 9:33.
Okay, over there. We're going to come around. Let's start over here in the purple.
Call us or
yeah, Con Ed.
Call us.
President McAvoy.
Oh, John.
Yeah. I guess first I want to add that our hearts go out to on the loss of life and those that were injured in this and their families, and our thoughts and prayers will be with them. Regarding reports of gas prior to 9:13, our first indication of any gas leak was at 9:13 this morning when we received a call of a gas leak at an adjacent building. We dispatched crews 2 minutes later at 9:15. We do not have any confirmations, although I've heard some in the media reports. We do not have any indication at this point of gas leaks prior to 9:13 this morning. We don't have any recent calls to support that, no. And this is all preliminary information, and we continue to check.
Guys, we're going to come around to create a little order. We're coming around this way. Jonathan next, but just to clarify, the only, based on preliminary information, I'll keep saying that, the only indication was a call at 913 of a gas leak. And then the explosion occurred roughly 15 minutes later. Jonathan.
Two buildings that exploded. Have there been reports of construction renovations being done in the two buildings, whether by permits being taken out of the DOB or by
Let's get Commissioner Ferriello to speak to that. Commissioner Ferriello, Department of Buildings.
Okay, we had no current work permits that were issued by the department on either building right now. So we cannot confirm whether there was illegal work ongoing or not, but that's we have no permits from this department that were issued.
Okay, one more over here, and then we're going this side. One more there. Okay, say again, please. No, I think the bottom line is we have very professional, experienced people at each agency. Can dare say Commissioner Ferriello has been there a while and knows his work. So we know that everyone is doing everything they can to respond to this situation. I want to thank Borough President Gail Brewer for being with us as well.
Does Con Ed have an obligation to notify FDNY if they get a gas?
Okay. So let's let.
Con Ed gets reports of hundreds and hundreds of gas leaks every day. If it's a real serious gas leak, they will notify us. Otherwise, they will send a crew out to handle the gas leak on their own. If we were here 5 minutes earlier, we might have had some fatalities amongst our firefighters as well. So not being here at that time maybe saved some of our lives.
Again, ma'am? Okay, the question is about all the people being evacuated. Joe Bruno?
from the buildings?
We got them near surrounding buildings.
Yeah, we have evacuated, obviously, all the surrounding buildings, those two next to it. We've evacuated even some buildings across the street that have some damage. Some people have been moved out. So we are going door to door in these buildings. NYPD is doing that. Buildings is doing that. And all the surrounding buildings to ensure that everyone is safe and that they are, if they have to, that they leave the building. So there's been a lot of evacuations in and around the area.
We don't know.
I don't have that number.
We're not trying to give numbers till we have a better count. Let's let Commissioner.
Any building that had windows that were blown out due to the explosion was searched, and we let people shelter in place so that we didn't have to displace people just because their windows were blown out. And we're in the process of working with other agencies to ensure that those windows are sealed before the night and the rain comes.
Let me just give you an update on aid to families and residents in any of the surrounding buildings that were affected. The Red Cross has just set up a center to receive and support anyone affected by this tragedy. It's at Public School 57, PS 57, to 176 East 115th Street, right over here, 115th between 3rd and Lex. Anyone who's been affected by this tragedy needs a place to go and be safe, needs counseling or emotional support, needs information, needs food and water. That's an opportunity, a place where they can go and be safe. Again, 176 East 115th Street, PS 57, Red Cross Center.
That's what she's asking.
It said that they've heard.
Smell of the gas. In this corridor. Aquí, en esta. He's saying that they're supposedly, he's been talking to some people and they're saying that there's a smell of gas on this corridor.
So do you want it? We'll check into it.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay, so if there's any additional reports of a gas smell between FDNY and Con Ed, there'll be a follow-up right away. Let me let Con Ed respond to that. Again, I want to emphasize, with deep appreciation to the FDNY, Fire Department response time was 2 minutes. Fire Department, from the time of the explosion to the time they were on the scene to immediately try and save the people and support the people involved, 2 minutes. Let's let Con Ed speak to their response time.
So we received the first call at 9:13 a.m. We dispatched crews at 9:15. They responded to the scene shortly after the building has collapsed.
Where were they? Do you know where they're coming from? Any indication?
They were a little further north. I don't know the exact location. We received calls after the building collapsed. That was really the only initial call. We do, and it's based on severity of the leak. The most severe leaks, the target time is 30 minutes or less. And as Commissioner Cassano said, when they come in, if they reach a certain threshold that indicates a high level of severity, we will notify the fire department immediately as well. This did not meet that threshold. It was reported from an adjacent building as an outside, coming from outside the building, so it did not require that upgraded response.
Based on what was given to you?
That's correct, based on the information we have.
Okay. Coming over this side, yes. Tell me the address. Which address again? 1646, Tom. Let's clarify. Again, I want to also say, I'll say something for Tom. The difference between we are concerned about every kind of violation, every kind of thing that needs to be fined. A number of violations would not have contributed to a situation like this. There's a whole range of potential things that we may enforce that have nothing to do with gas. So just want to clarify.
Right. 1646, the building on the right, did not have any open or any gas or plumbing related violations on them. Right. There's one violation of failure to maintain the building. It's from 08, but nothing gas related or plumbing related on that building at all. The building, no violations at all that were related to the gas or plumbing.
Okay.
Nothing from our department.
Based on what we know at this moment.
Sure. Well, first we'll do surface removal. We'll check on the surface, and then we'll do selected debris removal. We'll take debris, very small amount of debris at a time. We've got to make sure that the building is stabilized. We'll work with the buildings department, and then we'll do. We'll get to the basement eventually, but it's going to be a very, make no mistake about it, a long extended operation done very carefully so that first responders aren't put in danger. So it's going to take us a while, but PD had their dogs on the scene and checked the debris for us, and we didn't get any hits from the dogs. So that's one positive. But again, we're going to remove the debris from the side, which we're doing right now, and then we'll get into the building itself. No, I'm not.
We don't know
no,
that yet.
I'm not going to say that.
We want to just caution, just 1 second, we want to caution that we don't want to speculate on the number of people who might be in the building and their situation until we have the ability to get closer and deal with that rubble. So I want to be very careful. We're saying there's a number of unaccounted for people. Some may well be safe and sound elsewhere in the city and just not reached. God forbid there are some in that building. It'll still take some time to get in there and know for sure. Very preliminarily, Speaker and I spoke to Pastor Tomas Perez, who's the pastor of the church and owner of one of the buildings. And he is, and some of his congregants were there, and some people who either were family members. They were trying to clarify who might have been there. They still don't know themselves, and people live in the building and are directly connected to the building. So everyone's trying to piece it together without assuming until we're sure. We certainly do not want to alarm family members. We want to make sure everyone is accounted for in every way. But this will be, again, a long operation to get in there and fully get the answers